Do you often find yourself procrastinating? Procrastination. It's a word that we're all too familiar with, and a habit that's hard to break. More than just a buzzword, procrastination refers to the act of delaying or postponing something that needs to be done. Despite knowing that putting it off won't do us any good, it's like that nagging voice in your head that whispers, "Do it later," when you know you should be doing it now. So why do we procrastinate? There are a myriad of reasons, and they're not as simple as just being lazy. One of the most common reasons is fear of failure. It's a natural human instinct to avoid things that make us uncomfortable, and failure certainly falls into that category. We fear the judgment that may come with failure, the disappointment in ourselves, and sometimes, the consequences that follow. Another reason is lack of motivation. We've all been there. The task at hand seems boring, uninteresting, or simply too hard. It's easy to put it off when there's no immediate gratification in sight. Feeling overwhelmed is another common trigger for procrastination. When a task seems too big or complex, it's like standing at the foot of a mountain looking up at the peak. The journey seems so daunting that it's easier to just stay where we are. And let's not forget about perfectionism. The desire to do everything perfectly can lead to paralysis by analysis. We end up spending so much time planning and preparing that we never actually get started. The effects of procrastination are far-reaching. It can lead to stress, guilt, and a decrease in productivity. Over time, it can even affect your self-esteem and mental health. And let's not forget the impact on your professional and personal life. Missed deadlines, strained relationships, and lost opportunities are just some of the potential consequences. As you may have realized, procrastination can be a hurdle to your success. But don't worry, we've got some strategies to help you overcome it. To beat procrastination, you first need to understand why you're doing it. Let's dive into the root cause of this habit that's holding you back. Procrastination isn't just about being lazy or disorganized, it's a complex issue that can be traced back to various triggers. First up, fear of failure. This is a common cause of procrastination. The thought of not meeting expectations or making a mistake can be incredibly daunting. You might find yourself avoiding tasks because you're scared you won't succeed. If you notice a pattern of shying away from challenging projects or high-stakes situations, this could be your trigger. Next, we have perfectionism. While aiming for high standards is commendable, perfectionism can often lead to procrastination. It's the all-or-nothing mindset that gets you. If you can't do it perfectly, you'd rather not do it at all. This leads to a continuous cycle of putting things off because you're never satisfied with your efforts. Overwhelm is another big one. When faced with a large or complex task, it's easy to feel swamped and unsure where to start. Instead of tackling it piece by piece, you might end up doing nothing at all. If you find yourself avoiding big projects or complex tasks, this could be your root cause. Finally, lack of motivation is a significant trigger. When a task doesn't align with your interests or goals, it's hard to find the energy or will to get started. Pay attention to the tasks you're pushing off. Are they all in one particular area or related to a specific goal? Identifying your triggers is the first step to conquering procrastination. Be honest with yourself. Reflect on your patterns and habits. What tasks do you usually procrastinate on? When do you usually procrastinate? Are there any common themes or patterns? Once you've identified your triggers, you can start to tackle them head-on. Remember, acknowledging the problem is the first step towards beating procrastination like it owes you money. Now, you're ready to take on procrastination with these proven strategies. First and foremost, we have the strategy of breaking tasks into smaller parts. This is often referred to as chunking. Imagine you have a mountain to climb. It seems daunting, doesn't it? But if you break it down into smaller hills, each one seems much more manageable. By breaking your tasks into bite-sized pieces, you make them less intimidating and easier to start. Secondly, setting deadlines can be an effective strategy against procrastination. Deadlines create a sense of urgency, which can motivate us to get started. However, it's crucial to set realistic deadlines. If you set a deadline that's too tight, you'll just end up stressing yourself out. On the other hand, if your deadline is too loose, it won't create the necessary sense of urgency. So find that sweet spot with your deadlines. Next up is the use of productivity tools. In this digital age, there are countless apps and tools designed to boost productivity. These tools can help you organize your tasks, set reminders, and even block distractions. Some popular ones include Trello for task management, Focus Booster for the Pomodoro technique, and Forest for staying focused. Try a few out and see which ones work best for you. Another effective strategy is to use the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. This rule helps to prevent small tasks from piling up and becoming overwhelming. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of a positive mindset. Procrastination often stems from negative thoughts and fears. So try to maintain a positive attitude and remind yourself of your capabilities. Remember, you're more than capable of tackling the tasks at hand. Remember, overcoming procrastination is a process, not a one-time event. It's about making small, consistent changes to your habits and mindset. With these strategies in your arsenal, you're well on your way to beating procrastination like it owes you money. Scene script. You've started to beat procrastination, but how do you keep the momentum going? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And lucky for you, we're about to delve into the answer. So let's get right to it. First off, it's important to remember that motivation is like a muscle. It needs to be exercised regularly to stay strong. One way to do this is by rewarding yourself. Yes, you heard that right. Rewarding yourself for a job well done can be a great motivator. It could be something as simple as taking a short break to read a chapter of your favorite book, or treating yourself to a movie night after completing a big project. The key is to associate hard work with positive outcomes. Next, you want to set achievable goals. Now, this might seem obvious, but it's surprising how many of us underestimate the power of goal setting. Small, attainable goals not only make the task seem less daunting, but they also provide a sense of accomplishment every time you tick one off your list. It's like a domino effect. The satisfaction from one small victory propels you forward to the next task. But remember, it's not just about setting goals. It's about setting the right kind of goals. Be specific. Instead of saying, I want to work more, say, I will work for 2 hours every day. This way you have a clear path and know exactly what you need to do. Finally, maintaining a positive mindset is crucial. Think of your mind as a garden. If you let weeds of negativity grow, they'll soon take over. But if you nurture positive thoughts, they'll flourish and drive you forward. When you hit a roadblock, don't dwell on it. Instead, see it as a learning opportunity and move on. Remember, beating procrastination isn't a sprint, it's more of a marathon. There will be hurdles, but with these tools in your arsenal, you're well equipped to overcome them. With these tips, you can keep procrastination at bay and stay productive. Let's quickly recap what we've discussed today. We began by recognizing procrastination as a universal problem that affects us all to varying degrees. We painted a picture of procrastination not as a character flaw, but as a habit loop that's deeply ingrained in our minds. It's a cycle of triggers, routines, and rewards that keeps us stuck in a rut of unproductivity. From there, we dove into the root causes of procrastination. We learned that it's often rooted in fear, perfectionism, and a lack of clear goals. Sometimes we procrastinate because we're afraid of failure, other times because we're striving for perfection, and often it's because we're not entirely sure what we're supposed to be doing. Understanding these root causes is the first step towards overcoming procrastination. Next, we explored some powerful strategies to break the cycle of procrastination. We talked about breaking tasks into manageable chunks, using the Pomodoro technique, and creating a conducive environment for work. We also discussed the power of positive reinforcement, and how rewarding ourselves for small wins can motivate us to keep going. In maintaining momentum, we emphasized the importance of consistency and persistence. Beating procrastination isn't about making radical changes overnight. Instead, it's about making small, incremental changes consistently over time. We discussed the power of habit formation and how, with time and practice, we can replace old, unproductive habits with new, productive ones. Now, as we conclude, it's important to remember that overcoming procrastination is a journey, not a destination. It's about progress, not perfection. Every day, every hour, every moment is a new opportunity to choose productivity over procrastination. It won't always be easy, but with the strategies we've discussed today, you're equipped to make that choice more often than not. And finally, remember to be kind to yourself. Beating procrastination isn't about being hard on yourself. It's about understanding yourself and making choices that align with your goals and aspirations. Remember, beating procrastination is a journey. But with these strategies, you're well on your way to success. Thanks for watching.